السلام الله عليكم ورحمته وبركاته. How are you all, my dear sisters? I hope you are all doing well. Today, inshallah, we are going to continue our journey with Tajweed with the chapter which is talking about the most common mistakes in articulating the Arabic lectures. So let's share the screen right away with you. Very well. Well, my dear sisters, we are going to continue the Arabic lectures, and we stopped at letter Ha, and today, inshallah, we will start by letter Ain. Remember, Hamzun Ha, Ain Ha, Ain Ha. Hamza Ha, it is the farthest most part of the tongue, which is the area of the vocal cords. Ain Ha, the middle part of the tongue, the area of the epiglottis, and then Ghain Ha, the nearest part of the throat. It is the area of the root of the tongue with the soft palate or with the uvula. Hamz Ha or Hamzun Ha, Ain Ha, Ghain Ha. And we said we are going to move according to the articulation points. So Ain, what are the common mistakes regarding Ain? Ain, it's our friend a lot. Of our sisters, of our dear sisters, especially the non-Arabs, they are facing some problems with Ain. Although, when they recite Al-Fatiha, they recite it properly. Yeah, subhanallah. When they say إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين, they pronounce the Ain in نعبد properly and نستعين properly, subhanallah. And then in other parts of Quran, they mess the pronunciation. My dear sisters, since you can pronounce the Ain in Al-Fatiha properly, so you can pronounce it anywhere. It's only your mind is playing with you. Control your mind, since you can pronounce it properly in one place. So just remind yourself, remind your mind, your subconscious. I know how to pronounce it. This is very important, okay? So this is very common, very common. Number one, pronouncing it as an undetermined sound, more similar to a heavy alif. So instead of saying na'budu, this is the correct, na'budu, ayn, it's light. It's, of course, it's the middle part of the tongue, epiglottis, move backward, okay? Na, it's light. It's an in-between letter, bayni letter, okay? So when you pronounce it, give it its time when it has sukun in between bayni letter and light. Na, budu, okay? Okay. How you are going to commit this mistake? How you are going to pronounce it similar to a heavy alif? Some people say budu. No, this is not correct. This is similar to a heavy alif. And by this way, this sound is not determined. This ayn, this alif, this is wrong. Number two, cutting off. It's sound when pronouncing it with a sukun. And that's why a lot of sisters, when they pronounce the ayn when sakina, they are splitting the word into two parts. And always say, do not split the word after the ayn sakina. For example, this word, how they are going to pronounce it. I'm going to do it wrongly. They say, ya, melun, ya, cut off the sound, and then complete the word. Ya, stop, melun. No, not ya, melun. It's يعملون يعملون. If you give the بينية or the in-between duration to ayn, you will not split the word into two parts. You will not cut off the sound after the ayn. يعملون يعملون not يعملون as if you apply sect. No. يعملون يعملون يعملون. This is the normal speed. It's يعملون. Okay. Number 3, making it heavy, especially if it comes before a heavy letter, like here. Also, oh, no, it's not Even when you try to pronounce it wrongly, it's difficult for the articulation point. يعني I feel like I need to cough. Do not direct the sound towards the roof of the mouth, because if you direct the sound towards the roof of the mouth, you will pronounce it as a heavy. Saw, yes, it's saw. I direct the I. You are the one who is directing the sound. Remember this. You are the one who is controlling everything in your sound. Remember this always, please. So saw, yes, I direct the sound towards the roof of the mouth. So we'll have an echo. I saw. This is slow motion. I not I saw. Also, also, also. Okay, okay. Number 4, pronouncing it similar to a hamza. Here, number 1, similar to alif, heavy alif. Here, similar to a hamza. How? Here, Wallahu ya'lamu. Ya'lamu, it's completely different words and different meaning. وأنتم لا تعلمون. This is wrong, not تعلمون. It's ta. How you're going to commit this mistake? Because if you make it, that's meaning that you are moving the articulation point a little bit down. Ain, it is the middle part of the throat, the epiglottis. Hamza, it's the farthest part. It is the vocal cords. So you are moving the articulation point a little bit down, where we have the Hamza. Not ta, it's ta. Not ya, not ya'lam, not ya'lam, it's ya. Not ya. يعلم. Okay. Okay, my dear sister, kindly pay attention. Okay. Now we're moving to next letter, which is going to be the ha. Ain ha, middle part of the throat, the epiglottis area. Remember, we move the epiglottis backward with both towards the back of the throat, but with ain, we move it backward more than with ha. So common mistakes with ha. Number 1, replacing it by ha or ha by non-Arabs. Why this will happen? Because ha, it's just over, it's above. That means you are moving the articulation point forward. Here we have ha. If you are going to switch it by ha, so you are going to move the articulation point down to the ha here. This is because their articulation points are so near. So pay attention. We say alhamdu. I don't say alhamdu or alhamdu. It's alha. Ha. Alhamdu. Okay. Number 2, weakening its whisper. Weakening its whisper. We know it's that ha. It's a letter of whisper. It's mahmoos. There is flow of breath. If I put my hand before my mouth and I pronounce the ha sakina, I feel a lot of breath. At the same time, if I put here, where I have the vocal cords that they are not vibrating. No? Okay. So how you are going to weaken its whisper? You are going to weaken its whisper if you are going to weaken its rakhawa. It is soft or loose letter. It's رخو letter. There is also flow of sound. There is also flow of sound. If you minimize the rakhawa, if you minimize or shorten the duration of the letter, it's rakh, it's loose or soft. And if you do this, automatically you are going to minimize the whispering or the hams of the letter. How you are going to pronouncing wrongly? You are going to say Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahmani Ar-Rah. It's as if it's shadid. This is the Rakh letter. Rakh letter, loose letter, and hams letter. So I have flow of both, of sound and breath. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rah. Flow of sound and flow of breath. Okay? So kindly take care of my dear sisters. Number 3, not clarifying it. Not clarifying it, especially when it occurs beside ayn. The ha and the ayn, they are sharing the same articulation point. Ayn, ha, from the middle part. So if I have like here, فَصْفَحْ عَنْهُمْ, I have the ha is sakina and followed by ayn, which has a short vowel. So take care. This is not a place, kindly pay attention to what I'm going to say now kindly. It's not a place where we apply what we call إدغام متجانسين or similar merging. Similar merging, it happened, yes, when two letters are sharing the same articulation point, but they are different on some of their characteristics. Yes, the ha and the ayn are sharing the same articulation point and they are different in some of their characteristics, but this is not one of the positions. This is not one of the positions where we apply idgham mutajanissin or similar merging. This will take, inshallah, after this chapter. And there are certain places, there are certain families of the letters who are sharing the same articulation point and different in some of their characteristics. We are going to know them. They are certain ones, not all of the Arabic letters who are sharing the same articulation points, and they are different on some of their characteristics. If the first one is sakin and the second one is having short vowel, I'm going to merge. No. Pay attention. This is not one of those places. So it's clear. I'm going to pronounce the ha clearly. Fasfah. If you give the ha, it's rakhawa, loose letter, and it's bayniya, in between letter, you will pronounce it properly. It will not be merged. But if you didn't give the ha those two characteristics, it will be easy to be merged into ayn. فاصفح عنهم فاصفح عنهم. Okay? Take care, my sisters. The letter of ayn. We are moving now to the nearest part of the throat. Ayn and ha. Okay? It is the root of the tongue with the soft palate, especially the uvula. Number 1. Mixing its sound with the qaf. Why it will be easy to mix its sound with the qaf? 3 seconds to think. Exactly. Because qaf, it's just the next articulation point. After ghain kha, I have qaf kaf, back of the tongue. Remember, or the farthest most part of the tongue. So if you are going to mix it sound with qaf, that means that you are going to forward the articulation point a little bit ahead. You are going to move the articulation point forward until almost where we pronounce the qaf. Ghain, it is the root of the tongue. Qaf, it is the back of the tongue. So do not move the articulation point forward. Otherwise, it will be mixed with qaf. How they are going to recite This I, if I'm going to recite it incorrectly, I'm going to say غير المغضوب غير المغضوب. This is wrong. It's غين غير المغضوب. Okay. Number 2, merging it with the qaf. Merging it with the qaf as in. Here, غين ساكنة لا تزغ قلوبنا. I have غين ساكنة which is followed by qaf which has a short vowel. Their articulation point, the غين and qaf, their articulation point are nearby. And we have a merging called إدغام متقاربين or near by merging. This is not one of the places. So take care. Pronounce the غين ساكنة with all its characteristics properly, and it will be impossible to merge it. غين, it's مفخم letter. It's heavy. Yeah? And it's رخو letter, loose. The sound is running. The sound is running. It's not شديد. Okay? So I have pronounced, when I pronounce the غين from its articulation point number 1 correctly and the characteristics, all the characteristics for any Arabic letter and the articulation point for any Arabic letter must be 100% clarified and control it very well to pronounce it properly. So I'm going to say لا تزغ, give it its time, flow of sound, but there is no flow of air. It's مجهور, apparent, not مهموس. So, لا تزغ قلوبنا لا تزغ قلوبنا. Okay. Number 3, replacing it by خاء. Why? Because غين and خاء, they are pronounced, articulated from the same articulation point. So do not turn غين into خاء. How you are going to make this? How? I will give you 3 seconds to think, or I will say it. If you remember. By the way, before I explain this, my dear sister, never ever think that if you are going to listen only to the lessons or the sessions of explaining the common mistakes of the Arabic letters, you will be perfect. No way. Yes, it will help, but this is just the summary of what we did study during the chapter of articulation points and characteristics. The one who did listen to those sessions, they will know how to avoid this mistake, how not to replace the غين by خاء, because there is a main difference. They know غين and خاء, the main difference in characteristics, that غين, it's مجهور, apparent. There is no flow of breath with غين. While with خاء, there is flow of breath. It's مهموس letter. It's whispering letter. This is the main difference in characteristics, but both are مفخم. Both are heavy. So, the one who are going to replace غين with ha, they are going to say يخشى, يخشى. No, it's ya, ya. There is no breath. There is no flow of breath. Ah, ya, ya, yah. يخشى. Okay. Number 4, giving it a qalqala. How they are going to say المغضوب? They are going to say المغضوب. Why qalqala? Qalqala, it's only in قطب جد. قطب جد. The letters of the sentence قطب جد. غين, I have no qalqala. It's the opposite. غين, it's رخو letter. It's loose. Qalqala was made essentially, if you remember the sessions of qalqala, to avoid the shidda, the strength in the letter, because the articulation point is closed. So this is not shadid, this is not a strong letter, it's loose. So why you are applying qalqala? There is flow of sound. Leave the sound move. الماء. Run. There is flu sound. الماء الماء الماء. If you turn the غين into شديد letter, into strong letter, automatically you will apply قلقلة. Take care. Number 5. Exaggeration in making it heavy when it has a kasra. Remember when we said, we talk about the levels of kasra, and we said kasra, it is the lowest level. It's still مفخم, but it is the lowest. And we said with ghain and kha and qaf, the degree of tafkhim will be less than with dad and ta and va and sad when they have kasra. Because those letters are مفخم مطبق, heavy, and they have مستعلي, it's elevated, مفخم, heavy, and مطبق, it's having adhesion. But غين, خاء, and قاف, they are only مستعلي, elevated, heavy, مفخم, but they are not having the characteristic of إطباق. So they have less تفخيم. غي من غل من غي. How you pronounce properly? By pronounce the غين first from its articulation point, and then leave the articulation point of غين. Then leave the articulation point of غين. This is we do with any letter with any short vowel. And then pronounce the غين, the كسرة, sorry, from its articulation point. If you pronounce the كسرة while your tongue is still there, from where I'm pronouncing the ghain, it will be bad. It will be, you will have exaggeration in the heaviness. You're going to say ghil. No, it's ghi. Ghain from its articulation point, and then the kesra from its articulation point. Ghillin, not ghillin. Okay? Okay. Ha. The ha. Number 1, not making it heavy. Ha, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's musta'li, it's elevated. An outcome of elevation, it's being heavy. But not making it heavy. As this word, to pronounce it properly, you're going to say ha, ha. Direct the sound to the roof of the mouth. Khalidina, ha. If you're going to make it light, I can make it light. How? I'm not going to direct the sound up to the roof of the mouth. Ha, Khalidina, ha. No, it's ha, not ha. Ha, ha. It's correct. Khalidina, not ha. Ha. Number 2, exaggeration in making it heavy when it has a kasra. The same as here. It's the same I explained here, it is the same here. وخيفة, he. Pronounce the kha from its articulation point, and then the kasra from its articulation point. Okay. The qaf. After, now we finish the throat and moving to the tongue, beginning or starting from the farthermost part of the tongue or the back of the tongue, from where we pronounce the qaf and kaf. Okay, I'm going to share the screen again with you. Okay, now you can see the screen. Okay, very well. Alhamdulillah. Now we are going to talk about letter qaf. What are the common mistakes? Okay. Number 1, qaf. We said qaf and kaf. They are pronounced from the back of the tongue. Qaf and kaf. Number 1, pronouncing it similar to a kaf. Yes. If you are going to move the articulation point a little bit forward, you're going to be near the articulation point of kaf. It's qaf, back of the tongue with the soft palate, kaf, back of the tongue, but in the area between the hard palate and soft palate, it's a little bit forward. So if you're going to move the articulation point of qaf a little bit forward, the sound will be similar to kaf. This word, to pronounce it properly, we're going to say qalu, qa. wrongly. قالوا. قالوا. Not ka. This is قاف. قا. قا. Do not move the articulation point forward. Number two, sorry. Exaggeration in weakening its heaviness when it has كسرة until it changes into kaf. We said yes, غين and ha and qaf, when they have كسرة, they're. Well, I think I do have a problem with the net. So we're going to, inshallah, explain about the qaf, and then we're going to stop here because I have a problem with the net. Sorry for this. Okay. Number two, exaggeration in weakening its heaviness when it has a kasra. We said that when we say غين and ha, غين or ha or qaf, when they have kasra, yeah, they have less tafkhim than the letters of tafkhim and idbaq, but not to the level that it will be similar to another letter. If you lighten the qaf to the qaf when it has kasra, if you lighten it, you are going to pronounce kaf. And here I'm going to pronounce it wrongly. وَبِالْحَقِّ أَنزَلْنَاهُ وَبِالْحَقِّ نَزَلَ. This is wrong. وَبِالْحَقِّ أَنزَلْنَاهُ وَبِالْحَقِّ نَزَلَ. حَقِّ. Okay? Number three, changing it into a ga. Like in, and this is common between the Arabs more than non-Arabs. In some country, they have this accent as an accent. The qaf, they turn the qaf into ga. They say instead, this is qalil. They say galil, galil. This is, of course, wrong. And this is related to the Arabs more, to some of countries. Number four, mixing its sound with ghain. With ghain. Because ghain is just, that means that you're going to move the articulation point backward. It's here, ghain kha, it is the nearest part of the throat, and then qaf. So this word to recite properly, you're going to say al-qadr, al-qadr, okay? If you're going to recite it or read it improperly, you are going to change the qaf into ghain. Al-ghadr. Al-ghadr is completely different word, different meaning in Arabic, by the way. Al-gha, not gha, it's qa, qa. Okay? Number five, whispering it as in qal. Whisper. Qaf and kaf, my dear sister, remember qaf, it's apparent. Majhura. Kaf, it's a letter of whispering, mahmusa. So there is no flow of breath when I'm pronouncing the qaf. Qa, qalu. If I say qa, qa, I push a lot of breath when I pronounce the qa. This is not correct. It's qa, majhura. There is no flow of breath. Qalu, not qalu. Okay. Well, I hope that it's helpful for you. It was helpful for you. Just study well. Return to the articulation point first, and which is makharij, and the characteristics of sifat, and then come to this chapter. Do not depend upon this chapter only, the common mistakes in Arabic letters. Okay? May Allah help you. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سلام الله عليكم ورحمته وبركاته.